Enjoy yourself. I didn't get married till my late 30s. I would die for that mid-30s face again. Just enjoy living in that tightness. Hey guys, welcome to the official YouTube page for Calm Down with Erin and Charissa. This is where you can watch all of our ridiculous conversations and fun interviews.
We have full shows. We've got pre-games, anything and everything that you guys could want. But first, you're going to have to subscribe. Just hit subscribe right there and you're good to go.
And now you can calm down with us.
Yep. Can you tell that we're reading this off a script? We hope so. All right. We need to calm down and wrap this bad boy up. Press subscribe. Thanks for listening.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio. Week 1 in the books. I've got some nasal thing. You look incredible. I've been in this since 6:45.
You know I just put on some makeup. I've had a morning.
You look great.
And do not say out loud what the morning
I won't.
I have been feeling under the weather. But I'm totally fine because I'm back and it is week 1, as Erin just said. I have the Dominique blowout from yesterday and I'm going to try to make this hair last as long as possible. I used to wash this another reason it fell out. I used to wash it every single day.
I know.
Thank God for dry shampoo. Now I try to make that thing go a week. All right. First up, pregame. First of all, go.
Can we just, okay, I know you hate it. We'll bring this up. I always have pregame footage, pregame coverage for Monday Night Football on. But I know this is the pregame and we'll talk about it in the big show. I'm seeing the bottom, the ticker, and it says Russell Wilson to remain starter for week 2. Yeah. What? Because Brian Daboll, what are we doing? Why? Sometimes as media, I get so embarrassed. Like, why are we doing this?
Because it's over.
He's won a Super Bowl. Like,
it's
come on.
Overreaction Monday.
I'm so bored.
The Lions are over. The Russell Wilson shouldn't be the starter anymore. Aaron Rodgers is the MVP. I mean, take it whichever way you want to go. There are so many headlines come Monday after the first week of the season, which, by the way, shout out. And we can get into all that on the big show. Let's just wait for it. But Erin, this is what I don't like when she says when we record this podcast. My TV's on behind me, so I can't see it. She sees it out of the corner of her eye. So she's doing a little look-a-rooski at things.
A looky-loo.
A little looky-loo. Okay, pregame questions, you guys. We love when you write in. Thank you so much for doing that. Kaylee Kimber 1. Do you ever feel like you are missing out on the normal fan experience, tailgating, etc.? No. I mean...
Oh, really?
No, because I feel like I have I don't know. I mean, no, I don't. I don't know. Maybe the drinking and like shotgunning beer in the like sometimes parking in lot the part. Yeah, that part. But I will say, with my schedule, yours, we can always get to a Monday night game if we really wanted to.
Sure.
Or you could go to a Thursday night game. No, probably not. Or Sunday night game I can sometimes sneak to if it's like a Rams or Chargers game and I can go straight from the studio. So it's not like I can't go and be a fan at the game. But no, I would take my front row seat on the set or on the sidelines like you or in a studio any day, all day. You are sick. When I talked to you this morning, you didn't
I just have
this.
A nasal thing. This all just started coming on. Don't worry, I popped an Advil cold and sinus. Not an ad, but I'd love it to be. Matt gave this to me. This was last week. Not great. So wait, what was I going to tell you? We've had a day. So third quarter, especially at AT&T, I'm walking and people just have their beers hanging out over the side. And you're like, oh, that looks great. Because what do you love to do? Last night when I got home, post game was on and the highlights were on. I like to have a glass of wine and sit it and watch it. But no, love our jobs, best jobs ever. So excited to have it. Although we'll talk about it in the big show. Ryan, can you add it to the rundown that I haven't contributed to? I felt so out of whack. Like, it is crazy how we've done this job forever. And I'm like, oh my God, I have your hit in 5 minutes. And I haven't even figured out what I'm going to say. Like, what's going on? Have I never got on a bike before?
Maybe we should do the pregame second when it's the season because we actually have shit to talk about because I have something to add to that too. So Ryan,
Ryan likes it because we add as we talk about you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Okay. So to answer your question, Kaylee Kimber 1, no. And yes,
we love our jobs.
All at the same time. Love our jobs, but that beer in the third quarter does look pretty good. Anonymous, is that you, sister?
Is it weird that my coworker talks about her love life at meetings? Yeah. Here's the thing. How casual are your meetings? And then second of all, here's the thing. What are we doing at the meeting? Like, are we sitting down? Are we like at our production meeting, like looking at the graphics, looking at the videos, like talking about the storylines for the games, or for where today we talked about, do we want to add a pocket? What are we doing with the buttons? Like, do we want to cuff? Like all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't need to, like after, or maybe before.
I think there's fill in the blank here. What is your workplace environment overall? Like, is it like I work at like a very fun, young, sort of like loosey-goosey kind of place.
Yeah.
And there's a time and a place? Or is like, if you're in corporate America, that's very like stiff. Yeah, no, I don't think we should be talking about your love life. It just depends on like what your vibe is. Because think about our jobs. We talk about everything at our jobs. Like with the people we work with, because we're on the road with them. Like they know everything about my life. They know more than they probably should know about my life. So I think it depends on your workplace environment. If it's serious and buttoned up, then keep the personal stuff out of the building for the happy hour conversations. But if it's kind of light and fun, it also depends on how much the person shares. Where you're like, hey, we don't need to know all that. We don't need to know the Kama Sutra position from last night. No one asked for that. That is inappropriato, and go straight to HR. But no.
Also know your role, by the way. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Know your role, sister.
Yes. Where are you in that org chart?
Sure.
Org chart, hierarchy in the company. Claire Bergian? I'm so sorry for messing up your last name, but I love the name Claire. Claire Bergian, tips to your first job out of college. Wow. Let's try this again. Claire Bergian, tips for your first job out of college and how to best transition out of college life. I clearly need to go back to reading
You're fine.
As my first language, English. I would say, we always talk about this, I would say internships are always the number one thing, at least in terms of I'll speak for myself, from my experience, because I didn't go to a broadcasting school. So I didn't get that. I got all of my experience on site. And also take any job you can that gets you in the building where you want to go. It is well talked about by myself and documented. My first job had nothing to do with sports broadcasting, but it was in the sports building at Fox. So take the job and run with it and work your way up. You?
I didn't get any jobs right out of school. I applied for a bunch and didn't get them. And then the one that I wanted right away, I had to wait a minute for it. And that was the ringside reporter for the Lightning, which ended up being the best decision I ever made. But my dad told me this, especially, I don't know if this is a sports broadcasting question or not. My dad told me, if you want to be in front of the camera, apply for a job in front of the camera. A lot of them were, hey, you could be the executive producer of the 6 o'clock show in Waco, Texas. And my dad's like, don't apply for it, because that's not how you're going to get your foot in the door if you want to be on camera. So whatever, people have different ways to think about it, but I ended up freelancing. I freelanced for Sunshine Network. I freelanced for my dad's station. I freelanced for an NBC affiliate in Orlando. I did some magic stuff. Tracy McGrady, so cute. And
what was the job you wanted and didn't get? What places?
It was local news.
Yeah. Did you have to send out?
So glad a tape.
So
resume tape.
All of you young aspiring broadcasters, you live in the digital world, so you don't have to do this. We had to make mine was on tapes. A DVD.
VHS. Oh, mine was VHS.
Okay, so VHS, DVD, sometimes DVC Pro, depending on where you were sending it to. But yeah, your resume, my reel was on a DVD and you sent it out. And the first part of my reel was to get the news director's attention. And I had me as an 11-year-old with the paper towel roll and the tennis ball for being a broadcaster. So at least they'd be like, why is there a little kid on the thing? Because they always told me if you don't capture their attention in the first 10 seconds, they'll just like fling the tape out of their hand. So that's how times have changed. But good for you guys.
Now you don't even have a business card.
There's so many more opportunities.
Yep.
Next,
Yeah, Amanda Mattingly 22. Tips for staying active and eating healthy on the road. Staying active, I try to just work out every day. I went to a Barry's class in Washington, loved it, right by my hotel.
So good.
Or I'll go down to the gym and do like a whole thing there. Eating healthy is hard because we went to Mozza in DC. It was a time and delish. The focaccia was worth it. So good. I just really like to enjoy food, but at lunch, because I know I'm going to go for it at dinner with the boys, I really try to have a sensible salad, if you will, with some protein, a green juice, so I don't get sick. Ha, 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 ha. And I really try to drink a ton of water on the road. Yesterday, I didn't eat. Not a great thing, because I'm not going to lie, in the fourth quarter, I was like, why do I feel like I'm going to pass out?
Yeah, no, we can't do that. You're usually good about those crustable things or something.
I know. It just wasn't going down well. I took a Zyrtec. I was all like dry, like, because it was like drying everything out. I went to like take a bite of the crustable. I was having a problem swallowing it. It was like a whole thing. Didn't really have much to eat for breakfast. And then I was like, fourth quarter, I'm about to pass out.
I do not like to eat before I go on air. It's not.
Oh, I have to. I like to chow. 1 o'clock games are hard.
No, I'm not a eat before I go on air in the studio at Fox. I'll have afternoon activities, but
you're up so early.
What was the question? Oh, workout routine. If I'm whenever I travel for Thursday night, I'm really good about. I like to run outside. I like to run in whatever city I'm in. That's like always been
even
my
when
thing.
You're in Green Bay.
Luckily
that
it's
was
Green Bay
crazy.
week 1. Oh, that time I forgot about that. I like walked out. I was in like some like light windbreaker, and you're like, you're gonna run outside. Yeah, in that I was like, yeah, I was. Hey, this is a good time for us to do Wear by Erin Andrews. Here, our fit check. Mine is a cute,
I think that's an older one, right?
This is an older one. Do you guys have a new version of this one? Because I feel like you do. Yes, there we go. On cue. Gatorade. I love Gatorade. Okay, let's see this year's version. Whoa, cute. That's so good, Erin. It's always
Thank you.
So good. So I see it. So the difference is a few more patches on the arms, the larger NFL logo, and on the back, this one had the shield. But yeah, these are so cute. I noticed Jamie Erdahl had one on this morning for Good Morning Football. She had on your black NFL one. Just so cute. I see these everywhere. We were watching the opening game. The Cowboys Philly game, and the wonderful young lady that was singing one of the versions, or not a version, it was a national anthem or something. I don't know. It was a song before the game. America the Beautiful. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly. And she had your jacket on. Anyways, I love seeing it.
You're so cute. You were texting me and you're like, is that your jacket? And I was
so excited.
A terminal, and I said, send it to me, you crazy. And it was so cool. Thanks, babe.
Thanks for everyone that sports Wear by Erin Andrews, because apparently I think I'm on the payroll, but I really am. I'm so proud of your stuff. Oh, so right. Sweet. So to answer
Kathy.
Okay. Kathy C0724, what celebrity or athlete gave you your pinch me or I've made it moment? Erin, you've got a good one, a good Poppy story on this one, don't you? I feel like you always talk about him.
I think Poppy did it, though. It's not because I've made it. I just think it's because he's the cutest ever. I don't know. Like, I feel like when you get your first Jeter interview, that's like, holy crap, that's amazing. A Poppy one. Poppy, my first time with ESPN, my first baseball game, they were like kind of like threw it out there like, go knock yourself out, kid. Like, try to go get a Red Sox, Red Sox World Championship ring before so we can get on SportsCenter. And I was like, okay, this is my team. I walked up to Mr. Poppy and I was like, hey, my name's Erin Andrews. I'm going to start covering baseball. Think I could get your ring? So he's the man and did it. So yeah, just things like that. Awesome. What about you?
I don't know. I feel so lucky over the years. I can't remember like my first one that was like a pinch me. Oh, actually, oh my gosh, this is not an athlete pinch me moment. This was, I didn't even realize at the time to what degree this was such an upset. I knew it was a massive upset, but still to this day, it gets brought up. Stand by. And I can reference it because Erin gave me this incredible book for
Aw.
Christmas. And look at what picture
Are
this
you
is.
in a picture?
No, I wish. It's the Michigan Appalachian State upset.
Oh, you did it.
And this was the game I did. This was my first ever sideline game that I ever worked. And it's in this book. Steve had opened it the other day to this picture. And I was like, oh my God, that was my first ever game I worked. But
can you see yourself in it?
No, of course I looked like a total narcissist.
I would too.
And I was like, am I in the background? No. But yeah, it was very much a pinch me moment. I think more so now than it even was then, where it was like, I didn't realize how big of an upset that was going to be and, in terms of history. But so yeah.
It was awesome.
I think I also had a lot of those moments when I worked in entertainment where it was interviewing George Clooney or Tom Cruise or any of those, like for the first time on an Oscars red carpet or Emmys red carpet. I was like, holy shit, Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, like those are Meryl Streep in a sit down interview for like a junket was doing. I walked in the room and I was like, Meryl Streep. So yeah, those are definitely moments that are like, I'll say Meryl Streep. Next.
LM Road 79. LMR Road 79. Did you end up doing yoga with puppies? No. One really had a bad tummy.
I know that feeling. We ended up going. We did go to yoga with puppies, but we
really didn't have time.
We were, you know why? Because we were hanging. We were doing what does Greg call it? Fellowship. We were hanging with the boys.
We did a good session of fellowship.
And incredible. It turned into one of those things where it was like just a couple of us and then a few more came and we ended up sitting around this table and gossiping and having a few drinks and just having the best time. And then we're like, oh my God, puppy yoga. So we ran over there and we were disrupting the class, I'm sure. But we sat with the puppies. They were so cute, which of course then I wanted to take one home. And I'm like, I forget how hard puppies are. Puppies are like newborns, like waking up every few hours.
Yeah. Like a 2-year-old.
Chewing on everything. Anonymous. I'm a dog mom. Yay. In my mid-30s with a busy career. Not seeing anyone and not sure where to meet good guys these days. But I'm lucky to have a tight-knit group of girlfriends who are all married and most have kids. I'm getting more sad with each year that I'm always at these dinners, birthday parties, weddings alone. How do you to remind yourselves to be grateful for all the good in your lives, even if it's not what you pictured or not quite where you want to be? Oh, well, first of all, Anonymous, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. As I always say, I have taken a journey that has wandered down some dark alleys, and I could go back and say, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I wish I wouldn't have done that. But then it wouldn't have led me to where I am now. I wouldn't have the perspective that I have. I wouldn't have the appreciation that I have. I have a couple good girlfriends that are older than I am and some that are younger and are not married. And I always say to them, they're like, well, I know, but I'm not even married. I'm like, shit, girl, I've been married twice. How'd that work out? So don't put this assignment on your life like, oh, I'm supposed to be married or I'm supposed to have kids. We always talk about, and you always emphasize to everyone, if you can, freeze your eggs. If you can, or your employment allows you to do that, if that's something that you want to do down the road. But I think that there's just, and hopefully, I don't know, I think it's getting better. I don't feel like society puts so much pressure on women anymore where it's like you have to, depending on where you live. I think in the South, Steve always talks about that. It's a little bit different. Like you're supposed to be married by the time you're 22 years old and have kids and whatever. But I don't know. I think there's a greater acceptance, which thank God, that there isn't this timeline that's perfect for everyone. So Anonymous, I would say to you, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And the more pressure you put on yourself to think that you need to be married or have kids, the probably harder it's going to be because you're pressing. And then every date you go on, you're expecting this guy to be the one. And if he's not, then you're disappointed. So I don't know, I would say take a deep breath and just know that like you are in your mid-30s, sister. You are young.
Go live that life.
I know. I'm jealous. I'm like, with Erin and I, as every year that gets older, I don't want to be younger. I'm glad that I have had the path that I've had, but mid-30s is very young. So don't put any more pressure on yourself.
Face again, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get it after surgery. Okay.
What was I going to tell you? So mid-30s was one. Don't wish it away. Please don't wish it away. Freeze your eggs so you are just, you don't have to worry about like, am I going to be able to have babies? Do it now. Mid-30 eggs are great. Where do you live? Because I may have a guy for you. I got a couple of guys I got to set up. I'm just saying, if you want to check back in, I got a couple single guys I need to hook up.
Look,
I'm just
not saying, but saying. We love matchmaking.
I'm not saying. Yeah, don't wish it away. No. Enjoy yourself. I didn't get married till my late 30s. I would die for that mid-30s face again. Just enjoy living in that tightness.
Oh, I'm going to say this too. When you go to those birthday parties or you go to those weddings and you look around and some of your friends think that
they're going to be divorced in a year. Sorry. Whoa. They are. You know how many people went to my wedding and are divorced?
Well, shit, I'm the poster child for divorce, you know?
You were.
I just think this. They would kill to have your life. Those moments where they're waking up with their children in the middle of the night because they're screaming, or that the husband is bitching about something, or that they have to, all these responsibilities that they have in their life, they probably look at you and they're like, God damn, I wish that I was Susie. I wish that I was Susie, that all she got to do is walk her dog and go to work and she gets to be so fun and so cute, and I want Susie's life. So don't compare yourself to other people because they probably want what you have.
And that tight face. Because yours is tighter than theirs because they're dealing with other things.
Right, exactly.
Mine this morning went...
Stop it. All right. We are off to the races, and I couldn't be more excited about it. It is week 1 in the books after tonight's Monday Night Football game, but by the time this thing comes out, I will be on the road. Erin is also going to be on the road for her week 2 assignment, which at this point, I don't even know what it is. I can't wait to hear where you're headed. Don't say it. Wait for the big show. See you guys Thursday.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.